everyone, this is Jo Smart from Fire Angels. Today is the 31st of December 2022, so it is another New Year's Eve that has come round really quick. It's quite grey and rainy here in Leighton Buzzard in the UK, so I'm very grateful to be staying indoors in my home this evening and not being dragged out anywhere in this horrible weather. I hope you had a peaceful and happy festive period, whatever you did, and I hope you're feeling motivated and positive about 2023. Last year, when we were talking about entering 2022, we talked about what those numbers mean. 2 being unity, 0 being source. And it may feel like 2022 wasn't that unifying of a year. Obviously, we had war break out in Europe. We've had the cost of living crisis. We've had lots of political dramas, particularly here in the UK, but in other places around the world as well, including America. And so it doesn't feel like, on the surface, it's been a very unifying year. However, angels carry swords for a reason. Unity, growth, all of that jazz doesn't always come on rainbows and on silver plates. Change, unity, togetherness, challenge, truth often comes in difficult times, in times of conflict, in times of hardship. And so even on the surface of it, you might think, whoa, 2022 was supposed to be the year of unity. It still was, because people are standing up for what's right and people are not tolerating stuff anymore that they're used to because it was far away or, it didn't involve them. And I thought what was really interesting, and again, a sign of unity, a show of unity, here in the UK, it was the year of the census. So every 10 years, we have to fill out a census that then gets analysed and data spat out all over the place with various things. And this year, for the first year, less people described themselves as Christian. And there was quite a big hoo-ha about that in the media, of people worried that we're becoming a secular community, and without religion, where do we find our community? But what they seemed to miss the point of was that more people describe themselves as spiritual. So it's not that we're losing our faith, and it's not that we're losing our belief in a better way, and we're not losing the love that we get from the angelic realm. We're just being more unified in how we work with that, and exercising our religious freedoms to worship in a different way, to practice in a different way. And that is unifying, because when you're spiritual, you come from a place of love, and it's love that unifies us. So I'm not worried that less people describe themselves as Christian, because I don't think that means that less people believe in God, because we are a Christian country. And I think, as spiritual people, we are way more accepting of other cultures and other religions and other belief systems. So it is more unifying. It's not anything to be worried about. Our culture is changing in a more positive direction, would be my take on it. And that is unifying. So 2022, whilst very difficult for lots of different reasons, was unifying. Now, in terms of 2023, we still have unity, source, unity, 202. And what we have in 3 is change and growth. So what we can add and what we can look forward to in 2023, as long as we put the work in, is enhancing that unifying energy that's around us to grow, to develop, to get to the next stage of our journey. And so that's what I want to focus the reading on today. And the cards that I've chosen are Keepers of the Light by Carl Gray, published by Hay House. And what I'm going to do with these cards is I've set the intention, I'm just going to pull 3 cards. The first one will be about the main lesson from 2022 that is being assimilated now. The second one, will be the energies moving into 2023. And the third one is what our main goal is for 2023. And then just probably 1 or 2 cards, we'll see how we get on, from the Goddess Guidance. As I feel, for some reason, I feel very feminine energy around this new year. Very old feminine energy, like divine feminine energy. And so that's why I wanted to go to the Goddess pack, which is by Doreen Virtue, also published by Hay House, just to kind of round off the readings, like which goddesses are kind of with us for the next year, helping us on that journey. So that's where we're going to go. Okay, so I've already set the intentions of card 1, the main lesson from 22, card 2, the energies moving into 2023, and card 3, our main focus and goal for 2023. So thank you, Keepers of the Light, for giving us that divine guidance as we move into another new year. There's 1. So that's card number 1. There's a jumper. Okay, the card that jumped out for the main lesson that's assimilating now from 22, we have Kuan Yin, and this is about care and compassion. And so what this is saying that during that unifying year, because it was a challenging, it wasn't, a big happy year, there was still unity there, and that unity was a challenge. It supported us to develop our care and compassion, our love for our brothers and sisters around the world, not just in our little patch, but I think, all the different conflicts that started to pop up and all the different political protests and things that have started to happen all over the place. And even though it doesn't necessarily directly affect us if we're not there, there's a lot of support come out for people in those areas, and a lot of challenge to the status quo, where the status quo is keeping people down. So I think our care and compassion has really developed, and that's what this card is telling us, that through 2022 we really focused on being compassionate to everybody, to stop looking at each other in terms of how people are different, but looking at each other in sense of we're all from the same source, we're all connected by that, we are all one family. And also I think the care and compassion we felt from our guides, from our angels, as we've opened ourselves up more and asked for their help. So that is something we need to bring into 2023. It's something that we've developed over the last year, and that care and compassion will be needed more in 2023, without a doubt. And it's care and compassion to yourself, care and compassion to those people directly around you, but sending that care and compassion out to the rest of the world, where people are being harmed, where people are suffering. Card 2, which is the energies moving into 2023, we got White Eagle, and this represents our ancestors. So the energies supporting us into 2023 are from our ancestral line. So our ancestors are very active at the moment, but also what this is demonstrating is early in 2023, would be a really beneficial focus for us is breaking negative ancestral patterns. So being grateful for what our ancestral line has brought us that's positive and keeping that, but recognizing where there are ancestral patterns that no longer serve us, and how can we break that cycle for the next generations. So it's harnessing the support of our ancestors whilst changing patterns that have developed through our line that no longer serve us and may hold us back in 2023, whether that's fear, whether that's you know, whether that's putting yourself down all the time, whether that's negative relationships, whether that's substance use, whether that's unhealthy relationships with food. It's, you know, where do you need to cut the cord to those ancestral patterns and really work hard to change them so that we can achieve what our purpose is for 2023. And what did I say about what the number 3 is? Growth, development, because our goal for 2023 is higher learning. We need to clear our space, clear our headspace, clear our spiritual space to allow those downloads, to allow that development. And to do that, we need to break ancestral patterns that are no longer serving us, that are negative, and concentrate and harness the support of the ancestors to do that. Because even if the ancestral pattern came from them, they want us to break it. They, you know, they're in a different place now, and they want that to be broken so that, you know, you can live a happy, purposeful, fulfilling life and concentrate on what our purpose is for the year, which is higher learning. So as a roundup, we've developed our care and compassion, and we need to continue to take that into 2023 because things are going to get harder. You know, the fireworks tonight aren't going to suddenly change the world. But remember to keep that care and compassion, even if it feels really difficult. Break unhelpful, negative ancestral patterns, but harness the support of your ancestor guides that are supporting you and around you now. Bring them into your daily practice and focus on clearing the space, clearing your spiritual space to allow for higher learning. If you've been thinking about doing a course and you've been holding it off, this is the year to do it. If you've been wanting to learn something new as a hobby, this is the year to do it. So anything that's going to push forward your growth that you've been umming and ahhing about or putting off or not sure whether you can afford it, this is the year to do it. And trust that you will be given what you need in order to achieve whatever the outcome of that is, that learning is. This is the year to do it, to go back to school in whatever that looks like for you. Okay, so in terms of the goddess cards, this is just around, you know, which divine feminine deities are around us helping us with that, with those challenges and with those goals. So these ones I'm going to lay down, and I'm just going to go there and there. Okay. So, Coventina, purification, detox. Who doesn't want a detox in January? We're already planning, like trying to desperately trying to eat all the Christmas snacks so we could go on a diet tomorrow. So that's it, quite. But this also relates to what I was saying about clearing our space, clearing our spiritual space. If you've overindulged this period, don't just focus on a physical detox. Do a spiritual detox as well. Do some mindfulness, do some meditation, cleanse, smudge, you know, cleanse, you know, do self-healing, or go to a practice, you know, a Reiki practitioner, or, you know, or a spiritual healer. Cleanse, as well as cleanse your body with the whole new year, new me thing. What's actually more important and will support your physical health as well is a spiritual detox. Anything from 2022, any negative energy that's stuck to you, clung to you, any situations that you're not letting go of and it's not serving you, spend the next couple of days, cleanse, or couple of weeks, however long you feel you need to do it, cleansing your aura, cleansing your spirit, opening your space back up for that higher learning. And we got Astara, which represents fertility. So back to what I was saying, if there's new study you want to do, new learning you want to do, this is the year to do it in terms of the fertility for growth. So fertility doesn't necessarily, you know, when Ostera comes out, doesn't mean all the women watching this video are going to, you know, get pregnant. but what it is, it's fertility. It's planting your seeds, and then it's watching them grow, whatever those seeds are, whether they're seeds of a new project, whether they're seeds of a new learning, whether they're seeds of in a change of direction for you in self-care, or whether they really are seeds of the next generation. This is the year. Anything you've been holding off, do it in 2023. It's a fertile year for us light workers. It's the year to harness those opportunities, harness that development, and harness that growth. So I hope that's been inspiring. You know, like it's wishing people Happy New Year each year seems to get a bit harder because we don't know what it's going to throw at us. At 2020 we're like, yeah, get rid of 2020, yeah, here comes 2021, and 21 was just the same, and then oh, get rid of 2021, here 22, and then boom, something else happens. So, you know, there is a bit of trepidation about going into New Year's, but know that your angels are there, your guides are there, your ancestors are there. This is a year to focus on you. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What do you need to be cleansed and purified spiritually? What do you need to do that's going to lift you up and bring you joy? 2023 is all about you. Love and light. Have a good one.